Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily, the first English news program in Poland. I am your host, Benjamin Lee. The former leader of the Modern Party, Ryszard Petru, has just established a new political party now. The Polish politician declared that the new party will focus mainly on economy and civil society. He claimed that the party will be very attractive for people who run small companies and those who wish to develop and grow their businesses.
The Modern Party, founded by Ryszard Petru, is the fourth largest party in the Polish parliament after having won 7.6% of the votes in the 2015 election. Soon after entering parliament, the party soared up to 20% in some opinion polls, but soon fizzled out as the party leader, Ryszard Petru, became embroiled in the so-called Madera scandal. In December 2016, while the Polish opposition was staging a sit-in protest in the Polish parliament, Petru was captured on picture in a passenger plane on his way to the Portuguese island Madeira together with an MP from his party who he was having an affair with. Soon after, Petru lost both his wife and the leadership of the party he had founded. But now he has announced that he is starting a new one.
To będzie partia, która stawia na dwa.
This is going to be a party that will focus on economy and society. No one fights for good solutions that will help companies to develop in today's parliament. To be honest, in my opinion, there are a lot of solutions that are simply useless. These solutions simply make it harder for small companies and active people to grow. On one side, you have to make money, but on the other, you have to spend them reasonably and help people in need.
Pressure on shelters have been piling up in Tijuana as thousands of Central American migrants arrived to seek passage across Mexico to the U.S. border. Migrants have been reported to occupy local streets, sparking local protests against their presence. According to the Mexico National Immigration Body, upwards 9,000 Central American migrants are en route to the northern part of the country and may very well end up in Tijuana. With shelters fully occupied, many took to camping on the streets. Earlier this week, local protests took place against the migrants, led by residents of Tijuana. The arrival of hundreds of migrants has stretched the city to the limit and elicited a harder attitude towards the newcomers. No city in the world is prepared to receive this. It's an avalanche. It's a tsunami. There's a concern among citizens. There is no way. We can't talk about not being prepared. It's better to talk about what we've got to do. Along with the harsh stance taken by the U.S. president, declaring the caravan an invasion and sending over 5,000 troops to secure the border with barbed wires, the caravan now faces a new threat of open hostility exerted by local Mexicans. When I announced the application of Article 33, I am referring to those creating trouble. The migrants come fleeing from catastrophe, from mistreatment in their countries of origin. How is it possible that they come here and make trouble? No, this is a guarantee for all Mexicans. Those who come to make problems will return to their place of origin. A group of residents in a neighborhood near the Mexican border of Tijuana came into conflict with the caravan migrants on Wednesday, November 14th, throwing stones and telling them to go back to their home countries. We are not discriminating anyone. We are not being racist. What we want is security for Tijuana, please. And we don't want any more migrants in Tijuana. Okay. Recent polls shows a sizable minority of Mexicans opposed to aiding the migrants as they head northward to the United States. The Polish ambassador in Germany, Andrzej Przewemski, has stirred up emotions after having pointed out during an international conference in Berlin titled A Century of German Foreign Policy Towards Poland, 1918 to 2018, that the Germans treated Poland with ugly arrogance for around 50 years during the century. He stressed that there were many moments in the 1,000-year-old relation between the two countries that were positive, and the young Poles and Germans need to be educated upon. However, the German press omitted the latter and reported only about his criticism of Germany's actions against Poland in the 20th century.
Over half of the last 100 years of German politics towards Poland was a disaster. It was an age where German arrogance manifested itself in all its ugliness, with their interests always in the forefront. One should view the relationship between the two countries in the context of their 1,000-year-old history, as over that period of time there were many bright points to be remembered. It is just as important to show the whole Polish-German history over the whole millennium. Would it not be nice if the youth of both countries, as well as the world's youth, could learn how many good things happened between those two nations?
Pope Francis has decided to make changes to some of the most important prayers in the Catholic Church. His decision is regarded as a form of critical revolution, altering the content of the two prayers, Our Father and Glory to God in the highest. The alteration had been reviewed and subsequently accepted by the Italian bishops.
Pope Francis' suggestion to change the translation of the Lord's Prayer was accepted by Italian bishops. The fragment "Lead us not into temptation but deliver us from evil" was changed to "Do not abandon us to temptation but deliver us from evil." According to Pope Francis, this part was wrongly translated because it speaks about God causing the temptation. The Pope suggested the changes for all languages in the world. The alteration in the prayer Our Father isn't the only one that was made. The head of the Catholic Church also changed the Glory to God in the highest from Glory to God in the highest and on earth peace to people of good will to Glory to God in the highest and peace on earth to people beloved by the Lord. Both new translations have to be accepted by the Holy See.
That's it for today. See you next time on Poland Daily. But stay tuned for the Poland Daily Weather Report.